Hello everyone, my name is Shrikar from Information Technology branch of Higher Ecology. Today I am going to explain a topic from the subject of Web Systems Engineering. Okay, and our next first slide is title. Okay, before going to the topic, our title is about and our topic is about web app for business needs. Web app for business needs. Okay, and introduction part of our topic is web system engineering is disciplined approach designed and developing web applications that are reliable, scalable, and maintainable. It combines software engineering principles with web technologies such as networking, database, and user interface design. Okay, and this approach ensures that business web applications meet both technical and organization requirements. Okay, in the overview of topic, it will has these certain points that web system engineering, it is a disciplined approach to design and developing web application that are reliable, scalable, and maintainable. It combines both engineering principles and technologies so that it will be more professional. Okay, and our next slide is web app for business needs. Okay, what are the needs of business by using web application? Okay, web application have become a core requirement for modern businesses as they support operation such as sales, customer manage data and analysis of data and communication through a single online platform. Okay, that is web application. Okay, and business prefer apps because they are accessible through browsers, require no local installation, and can be used across different devices and different locations, so that business app is very useful for the modern generation. And a well engineered web application helps business improve efficiency, reduce operational costs, and respond quickly to market changes. Okay, so that a web app for business needs, which means it will improve the business and it will also adapt to the changes in the changes rapidly, so that we can manage the business proficiency time to time. Okay, and our next slide is importance of web applications in business. Okay, what is the importance of web application in business? Okay, as we know that web applications automate routine business process, reducing manual work and human errors, so that they will allow real-time access to business data, enabling faster and better decision making. Business use web apps to improve communication with customers, suppliers, and internal teams. Okay, and our next slide is business oriented requirements. Okay, what are the requirements? When we are developing a application, there are some requirements from the client or the for the required uh, topic. Okay, for example, here business is our main theme, so the requirements of business are business web applications must support core business functions such as transactions, reportings, and workflow management, and they need to be flexible and customizable to adapt to changing business needs. Okay, reliability and availability are critical because downtime can direct affect business operations. Okay, and our next slide is traditional desktop based systems are difficult to update and maintain across multiple locations. Web based solutions provide centralized control, making updates and maintenance easier. They allow business to scale operations without significant infrastructure changes. Okay, as I mentioned before, need of web-based business solutions means first, traditional desktop-based systems are difficult to update and maintain across multiple locations, and it cannot be used everywhere, so that it will be hard to implement and hard to maintain. Okay, and web-based solutions, which means the clients can be or the customers or the employees can be used from anywhere at a time, so that web-based solutions provide centralized control, making updates and maintenance easier. The key solution is to maintain easier, and the they allow business to scale operations without significant infrastructure changes. And architecture of business web applications. Okay, how the business web application is architectured. Okay, business web application commonly used a multi-tier architecture to separate concerns. The representation layers handle user interaction through web browsers, and the business logic and data layers manage processing rules and data storage securely. Okay, and our next slide is the front end. I must be user friendly so that employees and customers can use the system efficiently. Okay, front end design of business web apps means the front end of a application should be user friendly so that employees and customers can use the system efficiently. For example, a user is using the application, and there are so many multiple options on a interface, but user can't find the desired option. It is not a user friendly front end. Okay, so that we need to find that, and the user should feel easier while using the web application. Okay, and a well designed interface reduces training time and improves productivity. As I said before, a well designed interface, in the interface we have to decrease the complexity, and it should be uh, interactable between the user and the interface, so that it will reduce as the training time and improves productivity. Okay, and responsive design ensures the application works smoothly on desktops, tablets and mobile devices. And next slide is backend processing. How should be the backend processing means the backend manages all business rules, validations and workflows. It processes users' requests, applies logic, and communicate with the database. And efficient backend design ensures fast response times and reliable system behavior. Okay, how the backend processing should be implemented means the backend, it will be manage all the business rules, as we know that, and it will apply the logic, and the processor user requires requests and communicates with the database. And efficient backend design ensures fast response. For example, there is a slow algorithms are used in the backend, and there will be no efficient responsiveness by the system, so that it will be not a efficient web application. Okay, and our next slide is database and data management, and we can say it is a database management system. And database store critical business information such as customer data, transactions and reports. Proper database design ensures data accuracy, consistency and integrity. Efficient data management improves performance and supports business analytics, which means database and data management means database, it will store the critical business information such as customer data, transactions by the users and reports from the users, and everything will be stored in databases. And proper database design, we have to maintain a database in a proper way, so that it will be um, which means efficiently we can use the data, and it will increase accuracy, data accuracy, and consistency of data. There should be a consistency of data, which means there will be no errors by using the data, and there should be a data integrity, and we should make the data, we should manage the data efficiently, and it will improve the performance and supports business analytics. And our next slide is security in business applications. Security in business web applications means business web applications handle sensitive data and must protect it from unauthorized access. It is business web application. So we should ensure there should be a mm, protection from unauthorized access, and authentication and authorization mechanisms control who can access the system and its features, and secure data transmission and storage helps maintain trust and compliance with regulations. Okay, and our next slide is benefits of web apps for business. Okay, how the web apps is beneficial for the business. Okay, web application improves operational efficiency by admitting businesses, and they enhance customer engagement by providing online service and support, and centralized system simplify management, monitoring and updates. This is how the these are the benefits of web apps for the business. And our next slide is challenges in developing business web apps. Okay, understanding and managing changing business requirements is challenging. Ensuring data security and privacy requires careful design and implementation. Maintaining performance and scalable demands continuous optimization. And our next slide is conclusion. In conclusion, we can say that web applications are essential tools for modern business requirements. Web systems engineering provides a structured approach to building reliable and scalable web apps. Well-designed business applications improve efficiency and competitiveness and long-term growth. That is the need of web apps for a business, which means web application there are essential in modern business technologies, and web system engineering provides a structural approach to building and scalable web apps. Okay,